Breaking news, Sean Diddy Combs was arrested in Manhattan after grand jury indictment. The music mogul has been under mounting scrutiny, obviously since this lawsuit by his former girlfriend Cassie and others. But now we have reports here. Here it is. Federal investigation was arrested in Manhattan on Monday evening after grand jury indicted him. According to a person familiar with the indictment, who was not authorized to speak publicly, the indictment is sealed and the charges were not announced. But the person familiar with the prosecution said they believe Mr. Combs was being charged with racketeering and trafficking. Statement from Mr. Combs' legal team said they were disappointed with the decision to prosecute him and noted that he had been cooperative with the investigation and had voluntarily relocated to New York last week in anticipation of these charges. So I guess, Christopher, that's my first question. If they're going to go there, is that something they're going to let Diddy's team know? By the way, it's actually going to come?
Yeah, so a lot of times they'll be in touch, the federal prosecutor will be in touch with the defense attorney to arrange for a surrender, because when you're indicted like this, you need to be hard booked. So he needs to go in, get fingerprinted and get photographed and get booked, and then make arrangements for his release. So that would have been coordinated if they feel that there's no risk of flight. If the prosecutor believes that he might bail or commit further crimes, then they're just going to go and grab him. So now his attorney's statement says that he's relocated or has been living, I guess, in some hotel in New York or Manhattan for the last week. So it sounds like this has been going on for quite a bit. But the TMZ reporting, there was some updated reporting a little bit ago saying that they actually were planning the surrender tomorrow, Tuesday. I'm losing track of time here. What day is it? I'm sorry.
Today's Monday, Tuesday.
Monday. Okay. So they were planning on doing it Tuesday, but they moved it up to today. And it sounded like in quite a bit of a hurry, and that they also searched his hotel room. So if that reporting is correct by TMZ, that leads me to believe that the federal prosecutor or law enforcement was monitoring Diddy, felt that there was some risk that he would either flee, commit further crimes, destroy evidence, or intimidate witnesses, something like that. They said, we can't let him loose, swooped in, picked him up, hard booked him, and then also searched his hotel room for stuff. So this is a very bad start to a really awful case for him.
Yeah, that's epic. I mean, that's big. That's abnormal, I would imagine. If they have scheduled and they're all assuming all parties are being fair and doing it the way they're supposed to. Yeah, you don't swoop in the night earlier, I imagine, right?
Yeah, that's really unusual, because the fact that they would have given him the heads up potentially a week ago, said, hey, come out to New York. This is happening. You're going to make arrangements. It's going to go to, I mean, they're making an appointment with this guy. And so obviously when they were doing that, they felt that he was not a risk of fleeing or committing crimes, destroying evidence, or threatening witnesses. So something radically changed today that would have, turned this whole thing upside down. So how that affects his ability to be released and how quickly he'll be released is yet to be seen.
So he's arrested. This officially now this means, just so we're clear on what the terms are, he's arrested and now taken into federal custody. Does that traditionally mean he's going to be behind bars or like in the station? What does this typically mean when this type of thing happens?
So most of the time, especially when it's prearranged, he has already worked out the conditions for release. So that can be as simple as just saying, hey, I promise to appear at all court appearances. I promise not to commit crimes. I will stay in New York or the US, whatever the terms are. Surrender his passport, maybe post a bond, maybe subject himself to electronic monitoring, so it'd kind of be one of those or all of those things that they would have negotiated in advance. And, but he does have to be booked. So he's got to be booked and, taken before a magistrate and all that stuff. So that just goes with the territory. And it sounds like it was on track for him Tuesday to go in there quietly and walk out. And we've been reading the story tomorrow instead of this evening.